Welcome to the Andy Griffith Show, Facts and Trivia. Appreciate you being here. Today's video is on a prank that Andy Griffith played on George Lindsey. Kind of a gross prank at that. He was known for pulling pranks, but this one was... Anyway, let's look into it. A comedy show having pranks on the set shouldn't be surprising, but this gag that Andy Griffith pulled might have been going overboard. Throughout the generations of classic television, pranks are a common factor. Michael Landon from Little House did it, and John Ritter on Three's Company did it, and even Will Geer on The Waltons did it. While the Andy Griffith Show brings the wholesome comedy that fans adore, the folks behind it like to bring some comedy to themselves. In one particular scenario, it was Andy on the laughing end. Biography.com dove into the book Andy and Don to get some context. For one, Andy loved practical jokes of all magnitudes. From little teases to big pranks, the actor was all over them. The site mentions that Andy loved teasing Don about his first name being really Jesse, and he'd call him Jess, which Don hated. He also would disturb his co-stars' naps with loud noises. Now, this is going to be a little gross for some guys, but for some of you guys, but if it wasn't clear by the way I started this video, there was one practical joke that was set that went a little above and beyond. Biography.com said Lindsey was napping one day on the set. While the Goober actor was sleeping, Andy Griffith sprung into action and he draped duck guts around, that's right, duck guts around the dressing room of Lindsey, who eventually woke up to the sight. Can't imagine what a rude awakening that must have been. Also can't imagine how bad it must have smelled. Who knows, maybe they were cleaned. But for the sake of the practical joke, it seems like the smellier the better. However, it was only Griffith doing the prank. It wasn't only Griffith doing the pranks. As anyone who ever knows practical jokes, that moment it is successful pulled off, it is a moment you have to be on your toes. They often get repaid. From the book Don and Andy, the moment this is especially highlighted is when the cast got one of Griffith's moccasins. He didn't get it back, at least not initially. Andy was forced to go home in shoes he wore as Sheriff Andy Taylor, but the cast had a kicker for the prank when they finally returned the shoe to the legendary actor, and it was completely bronzed, forever a monument of the shenanigans of the Andy Griffith Show. Now, I'd heard Andy liked pulling pranks, but this was... I don't think I could have handled it. Anyway, that's all I got for you today. My wife's phone is down. If anybody knows anything about iPhones, the screen went black, but it's still working. The really weird thing is she was pressing buttons to try to get it to come back on, and it's got an emergency button on it, and it called 911 several times. So they called us back, and we had to straighten that out. That's why this is happening so late. So any of y'all know anything about iPhones? It's a 12, and the screen is black, but the phone works fine. Figure that one out. If you do know anything about it, let me know in the comment section below. Appreciate it. Appreciate any help we can get. Thank you. Have a great day. God bless. Be praying for you.